Welcome to another episode of Girl Talk. We have some fabulous guests in the house. I'm Elizabeth Vargas.
Christina Wright.
Michelle Thorpe, and I'm a Newport local, aesthetics concierge, and social media queen.
Oh, aesthetics concierge. What is that?
Means I've worked in aesthetics for years, and now
We can call you to figure out who to do stuff
yes, whatever you want. Like, okay, I really want Botox. I want, a breast aug. I pair you with the right doctors.
You have a network.
Yes, so I pair you with the right.
I didn't even know you existed.
Like a concierge.
I exist.
Yeah, but I didn't know concierge like that. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then we have Queen of the Desert.
Sophia Joels, your local real estate agent in the desert.
Who's happily married to Roger.
My hypo husband.
And today I have a special guest, my girlfriend of 15 years, Vanessa Pascal.
I'm Vanessa Pascal, and I'm a lifestyle journalist.
You're a lifestyle journalist. You mean you write fabulous articles?
Oh, thank
Or
you.
how many readers do you have? Millions. She's an introvert. To get her here was she came here out of the blue to come visit me because I'm having my surgery next week. And it turns out that we were filming the podcast, so we threw her on. So she wasn't even expecting this.
Yeah, I'm behind the camera. I'm the one interviewing people, not being. Yeah,
she's not used to this, so this is fabulous. We're going to throw you in there and ask you a bunch of questions. But today, ladies, we have. How do you like my new studio?
Love it.
You like it?
It's beautiful.
Love it.
I thought to celebrate my new studio, we shouldn't have to pick up our own champagne today. So, Marcus, Bert, Adrian, Jarrett, gentlemen, start your engines. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're going this way? Yes.
Thank you.
Vanessa,
Thank you.
Marcus is here for your champagne pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I thought since we can't be on a yacht today, we would bring yacht men.
Cheers.
Wait, do you just want to hang out?
Sure.
Why would you disappear? You should just hang out. We've got it. And eventually we're going to teach them how to play instruments. And so today's an interesting day. We're Girl Talk. We've had a great run filming this podcast. We're getting a lot of traction. A lot of people love what we're talking about because we're real women. We have real issues. We have real fun. And we talk about relevant topics that everybody wants to talk about, but nobody wants to say. So, for instance, your entire industry, being a concierge, is pretty significant, which personally, I know that I don't want it out there like, oh, I need to get this or I need to get that. So tell me how that works. Will they call you and say, look, I really want a facelift. I don't want to tell anybody I'm having it. And then you refer us, or how does that work?
So I'm more in like aesthetics and not surgeries.
Oh, okay.
But yes. So I worked with a doctor. I worked with Dr. Jennifer Armstrong for many years. And so many clients come in, and then I've moved to different offices. So people always call me, who do I go to for this? Who do I go for this laser? Who do I go for the best Botox, the best lips, the best?
You look great. So obviously you know.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's, the one injector is not best for everything. So
Great.
I'll pair people with
Like
who.
everybody specializes in something.
There's specialties in a lot, like Botox. I've paired a lot of people with a lot of injectors that won't do certain things, that will do certain things, like scrotum tox.
Wait,
Gentlemen.
What is this?
What is it? Scrotum tox.
Wait.
Explain that. Botox in your scrotum.
Botox.
So
in your
Botox
scrotum.
your balls is a real thing for
It's a real thing. I've watched
thought it was just on the
many
movie.
procedures done.
Wait, how does it work?
Yeah.
How does it work?
Well, so there's different kinds. Like if they're too high and tight and they need them a little looser, relaxed.
You want them tucked in.
Listen, that's what I tell them. I'm like, you want them nice, high and tight. No, they hurt too much. I'm sitting on them. I want them relaxed. Yeah, it's a thing. So they go
but
in.
Botox doesn't relax them, does it?
It does. It relaxes them.
So that's
If
a
you
muscle
do-
between the ball and the thing?
So actually, it's the whole scrotum. So you go in like superficial, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of injections. But yeah, I'm talking about this.
No, it's not. It's fascinating.
Yes.
I thought
you
men
guys want tox? Botox?
Wait, do you
I'm
guys
good.
have...
Thank you.
Wait, no. Back up. This is so interesting because I like them nip and tuck. Like I do not like I'm going to get knocked out if I'm down there. So I mean,
Yeah.
I want to be able to survive through the night.
Botox really doesn't like make them higher. It smooths them and helps them release a little bit.
But does it hurt their sperm count or no?
No.
Do we know this for a
within the
fact?
skin is all superficial. Yeah.
Guys actually have this done. This is amazing. Last
I'll show you
podcast,
pictures later.
we learned that men get hormone. What was that? The men get injected? You said
What?
remember we talked about men getting testosterone.
Oh yeah, they need it. Like 40, it starts going
yeah.
downhill. By 50, they definitely need testosterone.
They can't get hard-ons.
Well, not just that. Their anger issues. You know, when they say
yeah.
old grumpy men, they say old grumpy men, it's because their testosterone's gone down. So
they're not horny anymore, or they're horny with testosterone?
Testosterone helps them get horny, helps their like anger management. So
Well, isn't that Viagra?
no,
Is Viagra testosterone
makes
then?
you get
Viagra
hard.
makes you,
Get hard.
exactly.
And
Don't act
testosterone,
like you don't know Viagra.
testosterone is what
No, I
we
know
lose.
Viagra gets them hard, but is it a part of testosterone? I'm asking.
No.
It's a logical question. If
We
you're taking
have-
Viagra to get hard on, you're saying that testosterone causes a hard on. Logically,
No.
you think that Viagra was a testosterone thing.
Yeah, no, testosterone does not cause a hard on. It Viagra
Arousal.
does cause a hard on.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you
Testosterone.
say?
Like testosterone will help with getting aroused and stuff. You know,
Should we
like
just ask
so
a
that.
guy? We should have got a guy.
Yeah, ask the guy.
No, testosterone is what we have naturally, women and men, in
Yeah.
our body. And as we age, we start losing testosterone.
Mhm.
So when you inject with your doctor testosterone, it takes you back to like your 20s, your 30s. So it doesn't actually give you a hard on, but it takes you back to
Takes
your
your
younger
hormones
age.
back to a
Yeah.
younger age.
Mhm.
Okay.
So is testosterone different than what's the one they take for their muscles to get bigger?
HGH.
HGH?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yeah.
testosterone or is that
No,
what
No.
is that
different.
called?
What is HGH?
That's different. I mean, we don't know.
No, what is the one where they work out and they get all buff and they have attitude problems?
Steroids.
Oh, that's
Steroids.
all different
Yeah.
kinds of steroids. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
is
Testosterone is steroid.
testosterone a steroid? Do we know this?
It's
Does anybody?
not-
We
it's
need a
a-
doctor.
It's
Is a doctor in the house?
peptide.
Yeah.
It's a
It helps with
peptide.
your hormones.
Mhm.
That's what
We
it is.
need to start taking testosterone at certain ages too. When we hit menopause, our testosterone goes down too. It helps with your skin, with all kinds of things. So
So like, okay, I had to take blood work once. And so like, if your testosterone levels, even as a woman, are low, like that can, like you might not get so horny or you might not want to have sex all the
or
time.
your skin is
Because
Because
mine is like
dry.
super high. So I need to bottle my
It might be.
testosterone. Everyone would want it.
That's so, yeah, that means you're probably not even close to like perimenopause.
Okay,
or
so
anything.
my question is, okay, so I guess I didn't understand. So when I thought men are okay. So
you're back to the balls, or
well, no, I just wondered like, okay, so men are taking all this stuff, the ball thing. It's just weird to me. Like I thought the healthier they were, the tighter the balls were. That's my take on it. Was if the balls are tight, that means they're young and hot. If their balls are like saggy, like dingle
No, I
balls,
don't
then they're
think
like
so.
old and like gross.
I think that you're either born with like longer ones or I
So
mean
it's
as
like
you
tits,
get
it's like
older,
boobs.
yeah,
You're either born with long.
we
They're all
all
different
sag. Everything
sizes.
sags. Our faces, our tits,
But
our
aren't
ass.
guys aspire to have little cute?
Yeah,
things?
that's what I think. But listen, it happens in a different
I'm so
community
confused
of
right now.
some that really want smooth
Yeah, but
balls.
You know,
And
when
they
a
do
guy
it.
comes, right, his balls get
They
really
tighten.
tight.
That's what I thought they wanted.
Okay, so, well, I mean,
It hurts them.
It
Guys,
gets really tight
guys,
right
help
then.
us.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like balls. When they tie the bull's balls up and they let him go, they're like, ah!
We have a lot of guys behind us. We can
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
Ask them how their balls feel.
Has your balls dropped yet? Just kidding. Just kidding. I didn't even look at one person when I said that. I looked at the whole gamut.
So no, I just
I think
started
we should drink.
this
Yeah,
one.
let's have a cocktail. I need a cocktail on this one. No, but I really, okay, let me just have a cocktail. But I'm always curious because we as women have so much we do to kind of, there's Instagram, there's all the women online are so perfect these days. There's AI. AI makes women absolutely stunning. So it's like we do all this stuff and to take care of ourselves. What do the men do? Like, what's their job? Because
they do
now
a
that
lot.
we're
They do a lot.
even with pay, well, women make the same amount of money, which is, I just want to be a farm wife. But,
Farmers only.
I was going to say there's a show
Farmers
for
only.
that.
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that, what do men do now to make us proud? Like, I want to see my man. Besides, so that's what's. I'm just curious about the whole ball thing.
They make money,
tight balls, some abs, and a lot
so
of money.
would you rather have a guy that was manscaped
in finance? No.
So would you rather have a man that's tight balls, manscaped, and no money, or finance with like wings of glory? I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
who cares about a man's balls?
Wings of glory.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
I'll go for the latter.
Okay.
Really?
Because she can fix it. She can refine
She
him.
can fix
She can
it.
talk those
Can they
wings of
snip
glory.
their balls off and then sew them up? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
so
sure
here's a good question.
that could be done.
So let's say they're crazy long, because I started watching that show Naked and Afraid, and you know how they blur things out? There's some men that they're blurred all the way down the legs, and I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, Vanessa's like, why did I come on this podcast?
Hi, Vanessa. Nice to meet you.
So I'm just curious, like, what happens? Is there a certain point where it's just too low and you can't fix it?
Oh wait, hold on.
Hold on, she's thinking. She has the answer.
I saw something. I think it was on Dr. Pimple Popper.
I love that show.
And this guy had something really weird going on with his balls, but I can't remember exactly
Like
what it was.
elephantitis?
Yes, something. It was
Those
like,
are
it was
huge.
huge.
It's elephantitis.
Is it the
like-
guy that had
He
to
has
carry
gout.
his balls?
Probably gout in his balls.
No, it was like abnormal. Like, I think it was like some sort of a growth. Like they basically had to like remove it. And it was crazy because he was like, I was afraid. Like, I couldn't have sex with
We're supposed to
girls.
go out after this. We're going to be looking down at their pants. We're like, without even
But
noticing
this
it. We're
was like an abnormal situation. I was like, holy moly, I've never seen anything like that.
And you can't look away.
Yeah, and so he said he couldn't be, he didn't really have relationships
Yeah.
because of this issue.
yeah.
But then Dr. Pimple Popper fixed it all for him, and
he
they
popped his balls.
Oh my
they
God.
like cut like all that stuff out. He had to have surgery. They did a whole surgery and they cut a bunch of it out. And then he was like, I've never felt better with my smaller balls.
Okay, Vanessa.
But you were talking about what is it?
Naked and Afraid.
You're saying that like that might not be balls. That might be something else,
Well,
which
no,
might be a
that's
good
what
problem.
I'm saying. No, not
Yeah.
just that, but
Could be
there's
like the
something
French
else.
pole vaulter, in the Olympics.
Oh my God, that was so hot. I never wanted to be a pole more in my life than right now. I'm like,
I just showed my dad the video this weekend. My dad's like, "What was your favorite part of the Olympics?" I was like, "The French pole vaulter."
I
So
told
that wasn't
Roger-
yours. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Dad, look." He's like,
Oh my God,
He was
I can picture
Italian.
Your
the
dad.
fact that that was real, there's no way they could have just AI'd that. That was literally
Yeah.
real. The poor
It was
guy
real.
did not win because of his penis. How
his-
amazing
yeah,
is that?
he dick
like
slapped
you
the pole.
lost in the Olympics, but you
He
won in
won
life.
everything.
Absolutely.
No, I told Roger about that, and he goes, "That wasn't real." And I said, "Yes,
jealous,
it was."
jealous, Roger. He's a hater.
I go, "It was so real."
He got like offers from like OnlyFans or something. Yeah,
He had to get more sponsorships than that, right?
I don't know.
Well,
I'll
you
sponsor him.
could be born with one ball too. Your other ball doesn't drop.
That
That's
happens
real.
like in
Huh?
animals too.
Yeah,
Like
like your
dogs, back to
other,
the
like
balls.
you can be born with one ball. We know somebody.
Oh, this is where it's
no,
going.
he's a kid. But anyways, but like it happens. So like the other ball doesn't drop, and then they can surgically fix it when they know, like when you're
Did
born.
they just add a little ball in there?
Yes,
So
they
what
do.
happens when you're down there? Like that one's hard, that one's soft. Like
So there's just one ball. I mean, okay, like well,
They do it for dogs.
it's like the labyrinth. What do you do? Like
No, there's an option when you neuter your dog. It's called nudicles. You can put
No way.
nudicles.
You can
Swear
keep
to God,
one
they're
if you'd
implants.
like.
They put fake balls in the
Yes,
dog.
for the dog. They're called
Why?
nudicles. Like, I guess, some
these
people
poor
think
guys,
that they've
I'm so
taken them
sorry.
away
We
from
don't
the
know how we
dog.
got
And
They're gonna go
It's
home
called
and be
Girl
like
Talk.
because they know more about our balls than we do.
I think we're asking questions and they're right behind us. For like, should we ask? No, probably not.
I knew this was going to be a perverted session.
Because we're going out afterwards. We're like, okay, let's just get ready, ladies. No, that's interesting. So wait, so that's implants. Okay, so but my question is, when you go out in a club, or like you're going out, not in a club, restaurant, anywhere. Okay, so you know how guys notice women's boobs? They're like, they don't even mean it, and they're just like,
Yeah.
They can't help
they
it.
just can't help it.
Today
do
that
we
happened
do
to me.
that with balls?
No.
Because
No.
No.
So do you think
Ew.
it's sexy if a guy wears those weird, crazy,
No.
and they pull it up where their balls stick out?
Or they
both
have a
sides?
camel toe?
They got
No.
man
Oh,
mole.
yeah.
It's a
Gross.
butt
Man
knuckle
mole,
for a man.
camel, whatever.
Ew.
See, that's
No.
ew, right? That's the
Yes.
ick factor.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought.
And Speedos.
Speedos?
Not cute.
Yeah, you know, like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they have I think a Dolce & Gabbana commercial and the guys in Speedo. I was like, never liked a Speedo before now.
okay, like the swimmers. I don't like when I see like the their little Speedos and stuff like in the Olympics.
You don't like Speedos?
No, not for me.
Yeah.
Not cute.
I mean, unless it's the French pole vaulter,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Michelle wants that one.
It's so funny. So the Olympics was happening and all this, the women were smoking hot. Finally, like they kind of sexualized it. Like they sexualized it anyways by just sexualizing it. But I never watched an Olympics where they had pure, vivid video of the women who were doing the high jump. Like they made the video footage all sexual everywhere. And you were, now I mean,
it was
not
France.
looking at it that way.
Mhm.
I was looking at it like these women's bodies are insane.
They're athletes.
Yes. They are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like you look at that and go, that's not AI. These women are truly look like AI models.
They're cut.
They're like 18
They're cut
years
and they're
old
athletes and they're like
yeah.
type A and they're go-getters. I was impressed.
You know what I was really impressed? Surprised with? Like when I was watching the Olympics, how many girls had long nails?
Oh, I know. The
Yes.
gymnasts
I was like,
with the nails
wait,
like
in
this
gymnastics,
long.
nail
I was
runners?
Like, yeah. The
I
runners.
was like, okay,
was
wait,
like, what
how
the-
are they doing
Yeah.
gymnastics with those nails?
Yeah. Long,
sure they
crazy
broke some.
ones.
Huh?
I'm sure they've broke some
Yeah.
here and
They
there.
probably had
Well,
nail
yeah,
people
Their
they
on it.
hair was so long, a lot of them,
Yeah.
and just everything.
That's crazy too. I mean,
Yeah.
because listen, like I've had
She's
like
looking
long,
at the fashion and the nail.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I've had long hair and extensions, and when I used to do Orange Theory, I mean, it didn't matter how high I was tying it or in a bun or whatever.
Yeah.
Like literally
hot.
while you were running. And I mean, I'm not even running anywhere near as fast as these girls are, right? And I just like, I would always have to undo my hair, tie it back up because it would get loose. So like, it is crazy that they can like run with all that hair because that's a lot of hair.
Well, it's
Well,
hot too.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
I'm like,
too.
you have
Did
longer
you say
hair.
hack too?
I said hot.
Every time I say hack too, I'm like, hack too?
She has something
That
else
chick
now.
is like all over the internet right now.
Still?
You
She
love
just-
country music.
She just said something else recently too. I can't think of what
Oh,
it was.
it was about the hole.
Taylor
What's
Swift.
good for the
Right.
soul ain't good for the hole.
Yes.
That's what she said.
True.
That's true.
So do you think she should have
a
went
smart
like
girl.
the OnlyFans route instead of like the social media TMZ route? Because I mean, hot
I
too
mean,
is like
she's
spit on
doing
that
good.
thing.
No, I
she's
think
doing
she's
just
good
fine.
without
Is she?
selling her.
She has over like
Titties.
she's at like 2.4 million followers or something. I mean, she's getting
She's cute.
She's
Yeah.
she's a little like the perfect little country bumpkin.
And she's got merchandise. I mean, she was smart. She jumped on that. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, yeah. I just
Whoa.
sent that good for the whole, good for the soul video to somebody.
Oh, that's
I was
funny.
like,
I mean, good for the. I mean, that is so.
She just
not
You're
every.
waiting to see what she says next.
What did she say? Not every
If he's
hole
good in
is
the
good
hole,
for the
he's bad
soul.
for the soul.
yes.
if it's good for your
What was
hole,
it?
it
Bad for
If
you.
it's bad for your hole, it's bad for your soul. Or what did she say?
No, if
No.
he's good,
Not
in
everything
bed,
that's
he's
good
bad
for
for
your
you.
hole.
She's saying just
Not
because
everything
it's
that's
good for your hole
the
doesn't
hole
mean
is good for the soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Not everything. Say it again.
Not everything that's good for the whole is good for the soul.
For your soul.
Yes.
I mean,
Because
hole are you talking about, honey?
guys
good
easily
deed.
just
Why
because
does
they
soul have
do
to
it
be involved
once
in
and
this
they're like,
scenario?
you're mine.
the good D is not good for the soul.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Well, it's funny how like social media really kind of exaggerates, like sexualizes everything right now. So like I used to be all like, oh, don't say that. Oh, don't say that. But now it's like, what's your gender? Like, Facebook, all those social media platforms put out, what is your gender? It's like, why do you have to sexualize who I am? Like, it doesn't have to be like, I'm trans, I'm bi. Like, that's sexual. It should just be like, I'm a happy person. I'm a sad person. I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. Remember when it used to be that? You're an extrovert. You're an introvert. You're a tomboy. Now it's, I like women. I like men. I like it in the butt. I don't. It's like, what? Oh my God. Like, why does it have to be sexual?
To each their own.
So my point, my thought process was, everything's so sexual now. Everything's like out there that I used to be shy to be like, oh, so when I meet a guy out, who's single here? Oh, 3 of us, right? So like when you meet a guy out,
It'll be
you're
fun
like,
tonight.
how do you even approach it? Like everything's so open these days. Like social media, they know who you are before you even meet them. They can literally just take a picture of you And AI pulls up everything about you. You know, your finance, who you are, where you live, if that's posted, everything.
Is that how that one guy found you? The one that I told you to stay away from?
I've heard about that. Should we talk about that? No.
I
Eric with a
cannot
K?
believe that. I can't even believe I go on my first date since my ex and I get a letter from somebody wanting damages for like something.
Wait, I didn't know this.
Okay, wait, you didn't tell me
Yes,
that part.
tell
I
us.
cannot even tell you my nightmare.
Scoop.
I'm not going to tell you who. Allegedly. Sorry, is my eyebrows? Can you guys fix my
Wait,
eyebrows?
I need to hear this. You didn't tell me this.
Yeah, I didn't see.
You didn't
I
tell
didn't
me
hear
this.
this part.
I
So-
just
Oh,
found
he's
out
not. You just found out right now.
earlier,
Oh,
like
okay.
today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
but my
my
lawyer's
gosh.
already got it taken care of.
I mean, I know he was
And by the way,
psycho
it's
texting.
amateur
Psycho.
hour. Any motherfucker who sends me a cease and desist and wants money or damages or me to do something, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So when you find a man out or you're going out with them, at what point do you see the red flag? Do you leave them? Do you stay with them with red flags? Let's talk about red flags. Are red flags in your gut something you should stick with, or should you run, or what should you do? Because a lot of us, I have history of trauma, and so everyone's like, oh, so I think maybe because I have trauma history, I'm just over exaggerating. He's probably a good guy. That's why I gave this idiot a chance. But then all of a sudden I realized, no, my gut was right. So how do you know what, Vanessa?
I was going to say, we were just talking about this the other day, and there are things that you can identify early on. If he's talking bad about his ex, if he's not taking responsibility, red flag, that you run the other way. Like that is like he was telling you that stuff. That should have been like, cut it off. Bad.
Yeah.
I say follow your gut. No matter what our
should've
ages,
the minute.
what we've been through, your gut tells you something and you have to trust it. So yes, I say I give chances because I've been through a lot of trauma too and single. And yeah, but you have to just trust your gut because it's going to happen. And bad guys like that guy is terrible. But yeah, I cut off guys quick.
Yeah. But
I cut off guys.
Michelle is cutthroat. She sees one little red flag and you're done.
But she's smart because I was
is.
like, oh,
on.
maybe. Next thing I know, I get a cease and desist. I'm like,
Yeah,
so
I block.
a legal
So
thing?
tell me
I'm like,
this.
My block list
Okay,
is
wait,
long.
about this guy.
I
So
have
he's-
trauma with your dick. So should I send him like a cease and desist? Thing about dating, I think in Orange County is that we have a lot going on. And I think there's a lot of like positive things. You know, I just want to meet somebody who is secure in themselves, who's smart, who I'm actually kind of like right now, I'm not really dating. I'm just sort of like, I'm happy with me. I'm staying at home by myself. I'm watching movies. I'm like taking care of myself. And I think one thing I forgot to do in my life was focus on me. And I attract people like that because I'm not focusing on me. So, you know, I have my girlfriend coming into town. I have things that I'm doing for me to take care of me.
I think you attract people like that because you specifically like to be like, oh, I'll buy this, I'll buy that, like, you know, like, and I think even somebody like him goes looking for a certain type of girl like you. You just need to like, I've always told you this.
I was
You
never
need
buying
to-
anything when I met this dude.
I've seen you do it. We've been at a bar and you were buying every guy there, like friends, you know, like drinks. And I was like,
Yeah.
calm down, girl. I'm like, you don't have to buy everybody drink just because you have money.
Yeah, he
you
probably
know,
heard in
like
the grapevine
so.
that I was like that.
I
But-
think you should start with a matchmaker. I signed
With a
up.
masturbator?
Yeah. Well,
No.
you could do that. Matchmaker.
I'm in it. Never mind. She's like,
Well, I mean, you're staying home
I'm a
and watching
lesbian.
movies.
Matchmaker.
What movies are you watching? Home Alone.
No,
No, a
Anyway, let's
matchmaker.
not talk about me anymore. I'm going to edit a lot of this out because I'm just so, it's just unbelievable to me that's my first date since last
No,
November.
but why not a matchmaker? A matchmaker,
What do they do?
They screen
Yeah.
the men. So you literally don't have to be on these apps. You don't have to be at bars. You don't have to be approached by these creeps. Matchmakers, they come in and they've vetted all the men.
Yeah.
And so I love that they just come.
Let's
they
talk
give
about you. Is that how you get your match?
I just, signed up with a matchmaker.
Okay, so you don't even have a matchmaker, but you're giving me advice.
No,
No,
I
she
signed
just
up with a
said.
matchmaker.
She's a
signed up.
matchmaker before, so I can
Yeah, you
actually
have?
talk about
I'm with
that.
a
Yeah.
matchmaker right now.
Oh, so you
And I like
signed up how long ago?
I didn't sign up. I've had matchmakers come to me, and so they just want me in their database.
Yeah.
The problem though is because they just want young younger girls or whatever. So they're like, you have to be okay with like 10, 15 years older. And I've gone out with the people and I'm just not attracted to them. So successful, good looking, just not what you're looking for. So I don't really feel
But
like
everything in life is a
ever-
numbers game, right? So dating's a numbers game, everything. So with the matchmaker, at least
Listen to her.
you
Everything's
know
a numbers game.
it is. Everything
Do you
is
have
in
your
life.
peanuts at home? You're like, that one's gay. That one's not. Saggy balls, tight balls.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, everything is, right? Till you get to the right one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're staying at home alone and not putting yourself out there and dating,
This is
then
the
you're
first
gonna-
time I put myself out there, and this was what happens.
well, okay, so check, done.
No, because you also should start listening to people. You specifically asked me a question. I told you what I thought, and I just said, move on, carry on, and you didn't listen. So,
But also, if you were matched with a matchmaker, this wouldn't have happened, right? Because
Not
I
necessarily.
had a friend, actually, it was my sister-in-law's friend, where they pay to be a part of this club, and fully is happily married after 3 years and
Yeah.
living
Love it.
they're both living their best life.
yeah, because the men are putting a lot of money up for this, and they're really serious. They're probably very. I just went to New York. I was matched with this very successful doctor, surgeon, and I mean, he doesn't have time to go on an app or go out at night or
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so these are quality men. But
'Cause
are
I
you
don't
going
have
to
time
be
to
with
go out.
quality
I don't
men?
have time to sit there at a bar and hope someone talks to me because they're intimidated.
And not in Orange County,
You know, or not
first of all.
intimidated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. So what's your experience in matchmaking?
I didn't like the choices that they were giving me.
What do you mean?
Just the
She said she wasn't attracted to older men.
right.
How old are
They,
you?
they were
older men.
41.
Oh, okay.
And so they're like, you have to be okay with 10. I had a Newport Beach matchmaker reach out to me in Atlanta. I've had a Miami one, in Atlanta one in New York. I've had several reach
Yeah.
out to me. They just find you and then they're like, oh, we want to match you up with somebody. And then you talk to them and you see their picture and you see their background and you talk on the phone. But like, I know when it's like, when you vibe with somebody or it's a match. And so really the traction has to be there. And like,
But you
if you're
want to
looking,
get married and have children, don't you still, or no?
I mean, if that's what's in
It's
God's
in the cards.
plan, like, I mean, but I've already been married. So now I'm like, do I need that? Do I want to go through a divorce again? I mean, look at Jennifer and Ben. Like to go
Yeah.
through that all
You've been
over
married,
again.
Like, what was that? The 8th time?
Like to have to go get a divorce again. Like divorce is
Probably
not
like
fun.
nothing for her.
She's a serial
Yeah.
marriage person.
Yeah. What is that?
Some people love that.
Yeah.
But you see how you say you're not attracted to older men. I feel like men my own age, like, I mean, literally since the time that I was in high school, I had nothing in common. Like the conversation wasn't there. I
Yeah.
like somebody more mature. And that's how I've always been that way.
Just kidding.
No, I was
you
like,
like a
Robert's almost 10
man-child.
years
We
older than
get
I
it,
am,
Sophia.
But I'm
You
saying
said more mature.
Yeah,
You're
no, I meant
definitely more
yeah.
mature than Roger.
I meant like I don't have anything in common. Like at
Yeah.
the time, like I never dated a guy that was my own age. Like even
Okay.
all through
was
high
it
school.
your ex before? Like, weren't you guys like the same age as you guys
Never.
were? Oh, okay.
Never.
Okay, so what were you saying?
I was going to say, but the attraction has to be there. I mean, if he's good looking, but like these older men are
But
like,
see, you date hot guys.
like yeah,
your
I have to be
husband is
really- I
smoking
have
hot.
I have
And
to,
that's the problem. Do you date hot guys or average? Because hot guys are really not that smart. So you got to, some of
not
them are, some of
true.
them aren't. My experience, like
Here
their
you go hating
hotness,
on men again.
their hotness gets them through the day. I'm not hating on men.
You
I'm
want
just
want to
saying.
be attracted to that. I want to be attracted. I would choose looks over money, and that's what I've been doing. Like I have all these successful, tall, good looking to other people, but I'm not attracted to them. And I'm like, if it's not there, it's not there. Like I wish I was that girl. I wish I was that girl that was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
But haven't you ever met somebody that you necessarily like in the beginning you're like, oh, and then you get to know them and you're like they
Never.
grow on you and they become
never happened to me.
So we
I'm
all
like, they're my
age.
friend then. They can be my friend. And
They're
we
not
will be
gonna stay hot
friends and we will
forever.
hang out and we will have great conversation and I will think you're wonderful, but I don't want to
Yeah.
do anything more with you.
You don't want to see the
So
balls.
tonight, what's going to
Just
happen?
like
We're going to pass them around. Nope, that was not for me. There you go. So, Christina, you met your husband
Mm-hmm.
and you're happily married.
Yeah. Why are you guys laughing?
No. How's your husband? You enjoying hanging out with him? You
Yeah.
love him? How long have you been married?
I mean, every relationship has their issues. We've only been married for 5.
Yeah.
There's days
But
that,
how long have you been together?
10 years.
10 years. That's significant.
Yeah. So there's days where everything's great. And there's days where, like any other relationship, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
But
For the most part, it's just normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what do you consider normal? I'm just kidding.
I mean, what is normal?
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah. So, the whole purpose of the podcast is to just talk randomly about random subjects and random things that really each one of us has a story that other women have stories on. So it's always nice to tell your story. And I know that your story is that, your husband has a child with another woman and
What is ex-wife?
his ex-wife. And so you married, you're the midwife. Because there's a starter wife, the midwife, and the hospice wife.
Yeah.
So you're in the midwife category. And so the midwife gets the nice house because he's already earned it. You get everything, but you get the kid and you get the ex-wife. Whether she's crazy or not, you never know.
He splits his son.
Yeah.
He's 50-50.
Right. So how is it being the midwife?
The midwife. I
Like
mean, I consider myself his trophy wife, but
Okay, so that's what I'm asking.
She's the hospice wife.
So you're not,
What am I? Am I the midwife and the hospice wife?
yeah.
She's both of those. Yeah.
I'm both.
Oh, so you're the hospice
too,
wife.
yeah.
Is your sick? He's not sick.
No,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
Why are you
well,
guys
I'm just
trying to
saying
kill
because the
him?
hospice wife because means like they're on their way out.
they're saying that because he just turned 60, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not old.
It's a
Oh my
joke.
God, 60's not old.
No,
I
I
mean,
didn't
he
say
doesn't-
you. I said me.
Oh yeah.
I was like, because I've been married almost 24 years, and I got 3 kids full time.
Yeah, and they're not yours.
I'm like, they are.
They are though. What I mean is that, yeah. So, are you and Rob ever going to have children? Or are you planning on it or no?
Well, I mean, it just never happened. So at this point,
Okay.
I'm going to say probably not, unless something else is in
Yeah.
the works. I
Chrissy
don't know,
does
though.
not like us talking about her. Look how she's like.
Well, I mean, if you guys want to talk about my husband, we'll start talking about her husband, and let's talk about your
I think it's
ex-husband.
great that you have a
I don't
husband.
care.
How lucky are you? My point is, you're very lucky to have a husband. You found a good guy, right? No, am I wrong? Okay.
In 10 years, obviously, I mean, and like I just said, I'll be married 24 years in Cinco de Mayo. A
You
lot
got married on
happens.
Cinco de Mayo?
Yes, so that we wouldn't
That's
forget.
awesome.
It was both of our,
Oh, my
it was
gosh,
both
that's
of our
so
second
funny.
marriage. So
Oh, that's so funny.
I go,
I
well,
love that.
I mean, we went to Vegas and got married. We both had the country club weddings the first time. And then the second time we just went to Vegas on Cinco de Mayo and we told nobody. And we're like, yeah, they're like, well, we didn't invite anybody. It wasn't that we didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And we had like 69 people show up. And I said, great, now we have to buy all these people dinner. But I mean, it's been a long time, but a lot happens in a long period. That is a decade.
Yeah.
You know?
So I have a very burning question. I want to bring this up during this podcast because it's very significant in today's world. Would you, I have a question for all of you. Now you're married, we're single. Okay. I'm not planning on breeding. Are you planning on breeding? Maybe.
Maybe.
Planning on breeding? No. Okay.
Breeding by having a baby?
Yes.
Okay. So
Would you
That's
or
what all my
would
gay
you
friends
not,
call us, breeders.
None
when
of us
you
are
meet a
breeders.
man, if he's been vaxxed, would you date him or not?
even if I was single, I wouldn't care. I mean, like, I don't believe in all that stuff, to be honest.
Okay.
To be very honest. But
No, if you were wanting to breed and have children, would you breed and have children with a guy that was vaxxed?
If somebody's vaccinated, I don't think it's going to affect their sperm or your pregnancy. Come on.
I don't know. I'm just asking. It's a legitimate question.
Yeah, that's a big question.
Yeah.
Not one I've had to think about because I'm not, but
Like,
but I don't know. That's a good
It's food for thought.
provoking question. I don't know if like he had the choice and we were planning on having kids, I would say do not get vaxxed if we're having kids. Like I begged my brother, you're going to have kids, please do not get vaxxed. So, but if we started dating and he's already been vaccinated, I don't know.
right.
What about you?
No,
You wouldn't have kids
Mm-mm.
with, yeah.
no.
There
Just
would be a lot of
because
issues, yeah.
the proteins that it's I know too much about it that I would never. But I'm not going to have babies. And luckily, I'm old enough where I'm past that era. You?
She's
I'm
vaxxed.
married. I
but
was like,
would
I'm the
you
one
if
who
you were
should
si-
drop dead.
If you were
Got it.
single,
They had to get it.
I had no choice.
well, you were forced.
you had to
I
get
was
it?
forced because
Explain your situation real quick.
so I have lupus,
Yeah.
and every month I get a biologic infused every 28 days,
Mm-hmm.
and it just it's worked for the last 15, almost 16 years now. And I was actually the second person in California that ever got it, and the first person was like a couple hours before me. And at that point, though, I had nothing to lose. I had done chemo, I had done everything. Anyway, during this whole thing, I was actually the first person to get COVID also that went to that hospital. It is a private hospital, so they get to make up their own rules. I don't want to say which hospital it was, but they told me, like, one, I had to get proof that I didn't have it anymore. And then, which was so odd. And they said, we're just like making up the rules as we go along because you're actually the first patient in our clinic. No, it was out of town. So then they decided that before I couldn't go in and get my medication because I wasn't vaccinated.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
So
give you
they
your
were
med.
withholding my medication. And I go, well, wait, I feel like I'm being forced. Well, you can go to another hospital or you can go to, but I mean, my doctor is one of the top like 2 in the US, and I couldn't give him up. He actually, I'm not really sure what he did because he's not for it either. But in order to get my medication, that's what I had to do. And so, I mean, I was so scared. And I said, after my first vaccine, it felt like I had COVID, like in fast forward all over again, like in a matter of 24 hours. And it went for, I remember calling you, I was like, girl, I feel like I have the Rona all over again. And then when I had to do the second one, it wasn't as bad, but it still wasn't great. And I go, what was the point of all this? I had it. Anyway, so I was like under
Forced.
duress.
Yeah.
I had to do
So
it.
I think and so what about you? Because you're single.
It doesn't matter to me.
You don't care. So I think it's yet to be determined what's going to happen with that, like the women having babies after the vax thing. So I only care because you have to have vaccines. I didn't really want to get into this type of topic today, but it's kind of relevant with being single and going out. And you are still young enough to go, have babies and stuff. And for me, it would be like, well, what did they inject in everybody? And I'm, this next society of men and women, like all these beautiful people meeting each other at bars and everything. I'm like, how do you sift through what your belief system was and what your belief system wasn't? Like, because you just don't know. And so like I met somebody who he wanted a boy and he was vaxxed. And it was kind of like, I looked at him like, well, the woman you meet, are you going to tell her that you've been vaxxed or are you not? Because we don't know what the outcome's going to be right now. We don't know what's going to happen. There's no scientific evidence if that baby's not going to come out normal. And so it's an interesting process right now to be dating and to go out. And after COVID, we're all sitting here at a podcast. We're all together. We sort of just lived through a pretty big moment. And now we're all single and out. And I'm single and I'm out. And luckily, I feel so blessed. I'm not at the breeding age where I need to worry about it. But I mean, don't you guys?
Protection.
Yeah.
I think it's silly, to be
Condoms.
honest.
You think it's silly?
I mean, come on,
You're
like
so
there's-
political.
It's not. I just think it's stupid. Like, I mean, what are you? There's way more like important things to worry about.
like
before
everyone
you're
worries about
procreating with
prenatal.
somebody.
They
How
take-
about like ugly Janes? Okay, Jesus.
Oh my God.
You know
What is
what?
she
You can have
wearing?
two of the
Oh my
most
God.
Beautiful people, which I know somebody, they were both gorgeous, and this baby came out and you're like, oh, they're precious. You
Yeah.
don't like, how do you say that? You're just like, oh my gosh. It happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not guaranteed just because you're both good looking, you're going to have a good looking kid.
Yeah, very true. So as you're in your concierge business, do you think you would have a department for like, okay, so you have Botox, you have this. And I know that sperm donors is a huge thing right now with a lot of women that are being successful. They're making a bunch of money. They can't find the right man. So they decide, well, I'm going to get a sperm donor, right? They're like, oh, let's get a donor. So I know a ton of successful women that are just deciding to do that.
Yeah, we have a girlfriend.
It's
That's
one.
doing that right now.
Oh, is
Yeah.
she? Is she enjoying the process?
No, she's not.
What part of it?
Oh, first of all, like insurance doesn't cover tons of things,
Oh,
like
yeah.
medications to
That's
so
all on
you
you.
know, as women, as men, everything's covered testosterone when they get older.
I did not know
That's
that.
all. But for women, all of these things aren't covered. So just going through the process.
It's like elective surgery. You have to like pay.
But even the process of like taking the eggs out, you have to inject all the hormones to get your body ready for the surgery to remove the eggs, then to
Like you have to have money to pay for all this stuff. Like it's
very,
not free.
very expensive.
The average cost for a round of IVF isn't it like $35,000 to $45,000?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And insurance doesn't pay anything for women, right? This is all.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yet, aren't they putting tampons in all the men's bathrooms now they're paying for? But they won't. Okay.
But also, even with menopause, why insurance doesn't cover pellets, like any of those things?
Yeah.
It's something we have to look in the future. That's all out of pocket expenses.
We have, technically, what do we call it? The pink tax? The tax on like feminine products and things like that. Like women, it's like we get taxed on things and things don't get covered.
Tampons are crazy expensive.
Yes.
Oh,
they
yeah.
are crazy. $17 for a box.
Remember there was a time you
have
could find a lot of them.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd go to CVS
wild.
and there's be like one box
Or
of
birth
tampons.
control.
Oh, they're
It's
expensive
finally
at
covered.
CVS and Walgreens. You're like, I don't want to buy them here, but I need them.
so expensive.
You're like, I'd rather go to
Tampons are-
No,
Target
but
to
there
get
was
them.
a shortage at some point. There was
During
a shortage.
COVID, there was.
Yeah.
They always have a shortage like eggs.
Yeah.
They just kill all the chickens. They're like, we got a shortage.
But there was never a
We
shortage
need
every
every
before.
month.
month, like, have the tampons.
You
Who
know,
would've ever thought
but
there
I
was a
think that,
shortage of
as far as
tampons?
like the IVF thing, I think that women are gonna, you can pick, the DNA. So wouldn't you think that they would pick non-vaxxed versus vaxxed?
Yeah.
I think that the percentage was going to be a lot higher for clean sperm versus vaxxed sperm.
Yeah, I'm sure that's in.
I'm sure it's in their database.
Yeah.
It's got to be in
whatever
their
it
database
says.
now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm sure. You should get our friend on.
Who?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you later.
Well, I
don't know
just,
about it.
today was kind of a roundabout way just to kind of shoot the shit and talk and get to know everybody. And our first time kind of talking girl talk in the new studio. I can't thank you ladies enough for being here. Vanessa flying all the way from Atlanta.
Thank you.
Talking
for
about
having
sperm
me.
donors and whatever else we got going on and dating sites. I know, Christina, you're squirming in your little boots over there talking about your family life, but maybe, we should bring you in a little bit more. You are the star of the show.
What? I have no problem talking about anything. You know that.
I know.
But if I'm gonna spill all the beans about mine, I'm like, everybody else should be more, like,
okay.
give the
I'm
information
very
out
open about it.
I'll give you info. What do you want to know?
So, Christina and I have a little gift for you ladies for being a part of Girl Talk today. So we wanted to hand you the gift.
I love presents in blue bags.
And it's almost her birthday.
Every little girl needs a little gift
Thank you.
from time to time.
A few days.
So I know that we can all afford our own
Thank you.
Tiffany, and I know that we can all find a man that can give us one. But I would like to officially give you a Tiffany bag, and same with Christina for being
Pass
here.
it down.
So if you have any questions on Tiffany, Tiffany's an amazing product. We all want a little box. Put your little diamonds in there. Put your little everything in there. Open it when you get home.
No, we can't open it on camera.
You can if you want. Go for it.
It's her birthday on Tuesday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thanks. Let's open. You get
Yeah,
to open
okay,
it.
why not? Let's try it.
Yeah, let's see.
Yes, we do.
I love blue.
Oh, wait. I'll let you guys open.
No, why? You got to open at the same time. No?
You can open yours.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I love it. It's a little heart.
It is nice. I told you I get
It's
my ring.
so
I know. I do
cute.
love it.
I love
it's
that.
a Tiffany crystal.
Yeah.
It's for your jewelry.
I love
I
it.
collect
I love
hearts
Do
because
you?
I want to be surrounded by love. So this is so.
I thought a heart crystal is perfect for
Oh
the
my
ladies
gosh,
because we
it's
want you to
so
find
cute.
love. We want you
have
to
to
find
have hearts.
peace.
It's so pretty.
I love it.
Thank you
That's
so
so
much.
cute.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, girls. This is gorgeous.
Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Girl Talk.
You like
Like,
Tiffany's?
follow, subscribe, and support us on Patreon. Peace, love, and happiness.
Bye.
Bye.
Love.